This Sunday, we began the beginning of the biblical story, and what we found was amazing. We didn't see someone writing down words trying to find out who God was, but we saw God revealing himself to us through the written word. And what we saw was incredible. We saw a God who loved and cared for us, who wants to be in a relationship with us and not just form a religion around him. He wants to show who he is and change our lives at a fundamental level, to not just show us why we live, but how we live it. You see, that's important to grasp because we all have a worldview. We all have a way we look at the world, and that affects every single action and reaction that we have. You see, if the ultimate goal of life is to be happy, then you're going to do anything possible to be happy. It means choosing different foods, different relationships, different social settings, different careers, whatever it is, you're going to pursue the thing that gives you the most pleasure, that fills that happy desire in your life. That's the goal. And your worldview of being happy is going to affect every action and decision that you make. You see, as followers of Christ, we believe that the Bible shapes our worldview, or it should. We believe that it tells us that it begins with that relationship with him, but it's carried through in relationship not only with him, but with creation and with each other. So I wanted to take just 1 minute here and examine how that relationship affects how we live each and every day. First, we see that we are created to be in right relationship with our Creator, right? That we are made to be known by him and to know him. Okay, that's important to grasp because just like a beautiful home sitting on a hill that is empty, it is not fulfilling its purpose. We who pretend to exist in this world and think we can move along with it and do our own thing and not have God in our lives, particularly not having Christ at the center and head of our lives, are living a hollow and vain life. We think we can get it done on our own, and all the while we're missing this big important piece, the very reason for our existence. So we believe first that to live the way we are made to be lived, then it starts with that right relationship with our Creator. 2, that carries down to relationship with our creation that we share, this world that we have, this beautiful place that God has given us, particularly if you live here in Vermont. Such an awesome time of year to be here and enjoy the green mountains, right? But why do we take care of them? Why do we care if they stay green? Or should we? We believe from a biblical point of view that we should, because God has lovingly formed and crafted this world. And not only is it good, as he said it was, so we should take care of it, but he has given us charge over it. He said, have dominion and subdue it. In other words, not do with it whatever you will, but do as I have already started. You see, he formed it, he fashioned it, he filled it lovingly, caringly, he crafted it, right? Painted this beautiful masterpiece. And he said, now, keep creating beautiful masterpieces. Now, that affects us on every level, doesn't it? Because that means if I'm walking down the road and I see a piece of trash, what should I do? I should pick it up. Why? Because God has made this beautiful world and he's asked us to take care of it. That means if I see ecological man-made disasters going on, I should take time to either, 1, care about it, and 2, do something about it if it was within my power to do it. If I see massive amounts of litter being tossed around, then I should take care of it. I should be not the one doing those things. If I'm throwing trash out on the side of the road, I should know better, because God has told us what is true and right and that we should take care of what he has given us to take care of. That also means even simple things like farming or gardening, that I should do it in the most sustainable way possible, because that's the charge we've been given, to care and love for this world and not just to trash it and use it and abuse it. This world is made for a reason. It's a place where God and man meets, and we should be cultivating it and not just using it for whatever we think we should. So the worldview we are given in the Bible affects us on 2 levels so far: right relationship with him, right relationship with our environment and our world. 3rd is right relationship with each other. You see, if we are all made in the image of God, and that's what we learned on Sunday, that means that we are made like him. all made like him, from conception to death like him, which means we all deserve dignity and respect, and we are all of equal value. That means that nobody is worth less in the eyes of God. And because we believe it to be true, and we believe that he has made us in his image, then we should treat each other with that respect. Now, that carries out every action we do, doesn't it? Knowing that as our foundation, that means that we know that racism is wrong, don't we? We know that slavery cannot exist from a biblical point of view. We know that sexism and ageism are not right either. We know that things like abortion and euthanasia are wrong because conception to death, all life of equal value, all made in the image of God, means that we are all to be valued, respected, treated with dignity. We even then must wrestle with the death penalty and with our country's criminal justice system. All those things are changed and transformed and challenged by the biblical worldview, because we can't get around it when the dignity and respect and image bearers of God are at stake. We can't just say, well, one matters, another doesn't. All things should be looked at and examined from his point of view. Every action, every decision, every reaction shaped by that understanding of who we are, who he is, and how we are to live in this world that he's given us. You see, the story of the Bible doesn't just tell us why we live, but how we live. It challenges us to see the world from a different point of view and to be shaped by the God who has made it.